Everyone, welcome back to Crunt's Carpenter Shop. In this video I want to do a little work on the sliding table on the saw stop. I got me a piece of metal. In the last video I talked about the roller is doing a little damage where it's rolling, so we're going to fix that. But first I'm going to answer a few questions of some comments I got. One was about how to mount these rails square to the table saw. Before you put this top piece on, just with the bottom piece here, with the floor, you just have to measure when you put them blocks on. One is about right there and one is down there somewhere. You first put the one that's here, put it on in place wherever you want it, and then you got to put, just grab yourself a long ruler like this. This is 4 foot long. Just put it along here and then make sure it measures the same on both ends, and then you just screw the block down. That works pretty good, and to me at least it worked really good. And another thing, someone was complaining about my video. I didn't do enough editing. I know how to edit videos. I actually quite enjoy that, but I am a bit too busy to do a lot of editing, so I'm just gonna do some plain and simple videos. Sometimes they're fun to watch too. It's not all the fake stuff, so you guys get to see exactly what I do. Probably do some editing with when I cut out the channels. I'll show you guys. I gonna cut out a little groove here with the router, just as wide as the metal is, and then I'm just gonna glue the metal in. I got me some very good glue. It's made for metal and wood, so I'm gonna lay it in, and then hopefully the rollers will stop digging there, because it's starting to roll a little heavier. It's not bad, but could use a little work. So I will go ahead and put you guys on the stand, and then let's get to work. So now we're going to router that space out, and then if we look on this end, you see the little blocks for the linear guide rails are like right here, so the rollers really don't do any damage here. You can barely see even the marks where they roll. So I'm just gonna, as far as I can go with the router, and then we're just gonna lay it in there, and then put a little fence here, 2 screws, just so I can run the router against that to make a nice clean edge. I'll probably do one here, and then in between I'm just gonna run the router back and forth until I've removed all of that, and then we'll go ahead and cut that off, put that in, and then we'll let it dry. So you can see I got the 2 grooves. My router went a bit sideways. I didn't hold it steady enough, so that's going to be fine. It won't hurt anything. I'm going to do the same thing here, and then I'm just going to remove the middle with the router, and then I will get back to you guys. So I have these cut to length, and a little bonus tip for the week: make sure you have a lot of safety glasses and a lot of pencils, because even though I have 10 pair of glasses, sometimes I run around for probably 15 minutes to look for 1 pair because I can't find any. It seems like they get feet sometimes. So, little bonus tip. Back to this. Now, I've widened it up a bit, clean it out nice, and they are laying in very good. Nice and flat. Just wondering how I will keep them down when I put the glue in. I got the Gorilla Glue. Hopefully you guys can see what that is if you guys want to get some. I'm just buying this at Home Depot. It's supposed to be good. Move it back and forth a bit. The glue spreads nice. I think that'll stick down perfectly. You know what? Put something like this on there. This one wants to lift up a bit. Should do that. There's a whole bucket of PEX parts. Put that on there. Might slide me that all the way there. See if I can find me a few more heavy things. I'll get back to you. There it is. That's all done. I think it'll work great. Put a few heavy buckets of paint and stuff like that on there for paint tank. And that'll keep it down till Monday, and then we'll try it then. Yeah, so a guy in the comments was talking about it's better with a trackside cut plywood sheets, full plywood sheets, and I probably agree with that because they're big and heavy and to move around is quite a bit. I never really, anyways, use a table saw for that because if you have a 4 by 8 foot, you can always just use the fence. Whichever cut you make, you can use the fence unless it's a long, like let's say 8 foot by only like 2 foot or something. Then it's perfect to go ahead and use the sliding table. But if you want to do full sheets, you don't need a sliding table. And if you got tracks, I mean, go for that. To me, it's easier just slide the fence over, and you can even run a plywood sheet across sideways. That works great too. But what I use this for usually, here, let me show you guys. What I usually use the sliding table for is to make cuts like that on for doors, like all the straight cuts, and then also for the ends when you want to cut them square. You can't reference that off of anything, so that's what I do with the sliding table. I make doors like that and doors like this. See all these cuts. And then also when the doors are glued up, then to cut them square. And yeah, it's quite the colorful room in here. But back to this room. And to the little guy. He's just helping me. So yeah, just working on a kitchen. And that'll be all for this week. And hopefully that help you guys something with the table, and then see you in the next video.